So let's go. So yeah, you could speak into that, and I guess, so yeah, I'll ask questions and then talk to us about why CRM is an important pillar and one that can't be ignored.
Well, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. And if you don't have customers, you don't have a business. Who's going to buy from you? Who's going to get your service? Who's going to come to you and give you the income that you need to keep running your business? It's the customer. So how you manage that customer, how you communicate to that customer, how you nurture that customer is what gives you the fuel for your business. That's why it's so important.
So how does CRM interact with the other?
Well, if I go to the order of the pillars, you start with the content, right? So you got to know who you are talking to, who's your customer. So you start making an idea of who are you selling your product, who are you servicing. That's your buyer personas, that's people that come to you for the service. So you start with the demographics, like male, women, what age, where they're located. Then you go a little bit deeper. What are their hobbies? What do they like? What are they looking for? What are their habits? Why they want you? What is that you're doing that they want to come to you? This is an exercise that goes not only going back into your history, if you have any, but also into the industry. If you're a startup and you're new, then you can do some research into the industry, looking for most popular blogs in the industry. You're going to see what are the most popular blogs, what people are reading, so what are they looking for. That can give you an idea on what is that person thinking, how is acting, how is reacting to the business and the offers that they're receiving and to the information that they're receiving. So as you go to content, then you go to the UX and design. So, okay, so I'm designing my website. Their experience on my digital presence, how is that going to be? What are their habits? They like to read a lot. I'm putting too much information. I'm not putting any information. So that goes in there. What are they searching? What are the keywords that are thinking, popping into their heads? Then you go into, where am I? Media. What are actually the platforms that they're looking more into Google? They're not a Google person. They're a Yahoo person. They're a Bing person. Or they just,
Or kids, like you said, younger, kids. Might be on Snapchat and different places.
So they're a Facebook user. No, I don't use Facebook. I use Instagram. No, I don't use Instagram. I'm a Twitter. So that start going into there, goes then to CRM, what I'm talking about, social, we touch it, and mobile, what kind of devices they use. I mean, we think mobile, we go again right away to the cell phone, but it can be a tablet because I'm carrying it in my pocket, I'm carrying it in my backpack, and I'm going around, so it's a mobile device, it's not a desktop. So it goes integrated into all that.
So what are some of the best, well, what else is included in CRM kind of through the pillars lens, right? It's not just about, as we said before, like your Salesforce and contacts. And so what other components are involved there?
You have the identification and segmentation of your customer base, which is the first part, the first main component, the base for the CRM. And then you have the communication, where it comes, it can be phone calls, it can be email marketing, it can be newsletters that you're promoting, even your blog is part of this, because you are basically nurturing and managing the relationship that you have with your customer from the moment that it goes into your website to the moment that it purchases your service and after purchase your service or your product.
Right, so even SMS would be included.
Yes, SMS would be included in there, yeah.
What are some of the kind of trending and popular and important CRM tools, like if you take that scope from email to marketing automation and all that?
Email marketing right now, one that is free unless you go broad will be MailChimp. It's one of the platforms that mostly everybody use. There's other marketing softwares that are integrated with sales and CRM like Infusionsoft and HubSpot that I'm a fan, that you can actually have the CRM and sales combined, and also if you go pro, you go into the marketing side, that's a little bit more. That go in there for texting, we have SMS, that's what it's called, SMS something. So there are different platforms and tools out there that can help you to get to that.
Got it.
To the CRM.
Got it. Okay. What else? We talked about tools, we talked about people, strategy. What about budgeting? Do you consider it more of an organic and kind of inbound strategy, or is there some kind of method to kind of, aside from paid media, is there, where else should someone be budgeting? Is it just about having the right people? Or is it the right people, the right tools?
Well,
the
I
right
would
amount of
say the
time?
right people, the right tool, and then you have to get the right content to be able to
Yeah.
promote it via CRM.
Right.
So in order to get that right content, you have to get, either you have a nice copywriter in your team,
Yeah.
and you do research, or you also utilize copywriters like influencers that can actually talk for you and talk from your website and send information to your customers. One of the most important things about CRM is that people think that there's a timing, the best timing to send emails. There's not just a thing as timing for send emails. It's like a try and error. Sometimes I have a great frequency on Mondays, and sometimes I have an excellent frequency on Fridays. I mean, you have to think that 90% of the consumers of internet, the first thing that they do in the mornings is that they open their email. So that's a key. So it's not dead. You get up in the morning, you take your phone. The first thing that you do, besides checking the weather, probably, is go into your email to see who contact you, what pendings you have, if anybody has a question, if you have to get back to them, is it something urgent or
Yeah.
is it family matter? You go through your emails. So the emails are not dead. They're far away from being dead.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And what are some of for the people that work in CRM, or what are some of the ideal characteristics or qualities or personality types, or most you would recommend for people being in charge of CRM?
I will say an idea person, to have brainstorm sessions on the content, a gut farmer, which is gonna go into the industry and do research and gather topics that are gonna be interesting for your audience. Let me see.
You don't have to relate it exactly to the personality types, just more like
the idea, the farmer, and also a hunter, go get it.
Yeah.
Because you need that kind of language in your content. I mean, we're in a business. You're sending content to people, but at the same time, you want people to come to you. So in between your body, there's going to be a call to action, something that drives them to learn more, to come and get more from you. If you're sending an email for just sending an email, it's okay. But if you send the email with a purpose, with the mind that I'm educating you, but I want you here, you have to let people know that you want them here.
Yeah, got it. Good stuff. So we've got a few more minutes. Any questions from anyone out here for the CRM expert here? Otherwise, we can come up with an idea for any of the businesses here, some kind of CRM idea. But any questions from you guys?
No? Great.
Okay, cool. I'm thinking a little bit about our healthcare folks here and the fact that they're building and nurturing relationships with not just professional, major brand organizations, but also high schools and universities, and it's already happening organically. But what kind of ideas can we think about for them that they may or may not be implementing, because we don't know all the inner workings, but they're trying to get more relationships with, and I'm thinking with you here in a couple minutes.
This is a part of combination of the CRM and public, maybe PR at the same time, public relationships, because your main focus right now, like if you go into high schools, the parent-teacher associations is a great spot to hit. Like to go into those meetings, have a conference with all the parents, gather their information, start creating database. And you will start educating those parents on sport injury. I mean, coming from a mom, just to let you know. Like, I would like to know if my daughter is in gymnastics and she comes home with the dislocated shoulder, what does this mean? Where do I call? What do I do? I got to take it to the pediatrician. Maybe the physician doesn't even know what is going to happen. He will refer me to another orthopedist or a sports injury clinic. But if I have you sending me newsletters and sending me an email periodically about how to take care of sport injuries for my kids that are in sports during the afternoon, I'm going to call you.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so there's the administration approach, and then the parent.
Yeah, the Parent Teachers Association. It's a great point to start, because
I agree.
And it is normally it works related to the schools, but they're their own body. They have their own funds. They have their own activities. They actually coordinate activities for the schools. So I a suggestion to reach out at that level, especially in high schools where kids are like studying soccer, football, you name it, and they are like tennis and volleyball and all those kind of things, and they come home injured. And normally, a mom doesn't know everything.
Yeah.